The story of Money Heist begins with a voice that immediately catches our attention. The voice belongs to Tokyo, a young woman with a criminal past, who has lived her life on the edge. She talks about her mistakes, her losses, and how she reached a point where she had nothing left, neither family nor hope. After a failed robbery that resulted in the death of her boyfriend, Tokyo becomes a fugitive. The police are searching for her everywhere, and she feels that her life is almost over. Just when she is thinking of surrendering, a mysterious man appears, offering her an escape. This man calls himself the Professor. He knows everything about her, even the details she never shared with anyone. He is calm, intelligent, and confident. He tells Tokyo that he has been planning something for many years, something so big that she could become part of history. Tokyo agrees, and this is where the real journey begins. The professor gathers 8 unique criminals, all with different skills. They are not ordinary thieves, but specialists in their fields. Their names are not real, they are code names based on cities so that nobody can reveal personal identities. This rule is strict. The names are Tokyo, Berlin, Nairobi, Denver, Moscow, Rio, Helsinki, and Oslo. Every person has a history. Every person has pain inside. Berlin is elegant and calm, but dangerous. Nairobi is energetic, smart and passionate. Moscow is hardworking and emotional, while Denver, his son, is reckless but loyal. Helsinki and Oslo are soldiers who know war. Rio is a young hacker, full of excitement and impatience. All of them come together in an abandoned countryside house, where they train for months under the professor's perfect plan. The professor teaches them discipline. He explains the rules. No personal relationships, no emotional attachments, and no real names. The whole plan must be followed like a machine. Every second, every step, every situation has been calculated. They are not going to steal money that already exists. They are going to print it. This is the genius of the plan. They will enter the Royal Mint of Spain, take control of the building, hold hostages, and start printing billions of euros inside. The professor believes that the government is going to call them thieves, but in reality, they are not taking anyone's money. They are simply creating new money, just like banks do. The episode then shifts to the beginning of the heist. The team wears red jumpsuits and Salvador Dali masks. The masks hide their identities and soon become a symbol of rebellion. They enter the Royal Mint in a carefully synchronized operation. The first minutes are full of tension. The guards are caught, alarms are disabled, and the building shuts down. Hundreds of people inside the mint suddenly become hostages, including Monica Gaztambide, the secretary of the director, who will later become very important in the story. Inside, Berlin becomes the leader. He is elegant, strict, and his voice carries authority. He makes it clear that the heist is not about guns and violence, it is about psychology, drama and control. If fear takes over, the plan will collapse. Outside the building, police are already gathering. They do not know what is happening yet, but the situation is growing quickly. Meanwhile, the professor stays in a secret command room far away from the building. From there, he watches everything through monitors, listens through radio communication, and guides the team with precision. Tokyo narrates how, at the beginning, everything seemed perfect and exciting, but under the surface, tensions were already building. Denver laughs too much, Rio cannot stop talking, and Berlin believes too strongly in his own superiority. Moscow is worried about his son and wants to protect him from danger. Nairobi tries to keep everyone positive, but she knows that inside every person there is darkness. The professor watches them all, like a chess player, planning every move. The hostages are gathered and separated. Some panic, some cry, some try to resist. Berlin gives strict orders. Nobody will be harmed if everyone follows instructions. At this moment, the audience understands one thing clearly: this is not a simple robbery. It is something more complicated, more emotional, and more dangerous. The most intense scenes come when the police make their first move. Raquel Murillo, the police negotiator, enters the story. She is intelligent, experienced, and respected. She begins to analyze the situation, trying to understand the attackers. She notices the unusual details. The robbers are not trying to escape quickly, they are staying inside and securing the building. This is strange. It means they have a long-term plan. Raquel does not know that the professor is already ahead of her. He has studied psychology, negotiation, behavior, and police strategy for years. He knows how the police will react before they react. He knows how to influence them, how to confuse them. Most importantly, the professor has no criminal record. He is invisible to the system. As the police prepare to make a move, the professor gives instructions to the team. They must remain calm, controlled, and united. But this is the most difficult part, because criminals are not soldiers. They are emotional, impatient and impulsive. Tokyo admits in her narration that she often does not follow rules. She is a person who acts from her heart, not her brain. In the Mint, the tension increases when hostages start whispering among themselves. Some of them are afraid, some are curious, and some are looking for a chance to escape. Berlin asks Nairobi to take control of the printing line. Their mission has two fronts: maintain order among hostages and start producing money. The machines roar into action, printing sheets of new euros. The plan is working. Billions of euros will be created if they have enough time. The police outside still believe this is a normal robbery. They do not know that time is the biggest weapon of the professor. Every hour that passes makes the team richer. Meanwhile, Tokyo observes Berlin closely. She likes his intelligence, but she does not trust him emotionally. There is something cold in his eyes, something dangerous. Berlin believes in the plan, but he does not care about people. Tokyo, on the other hand, cares too much. This difference is going to cause problems later. Denver finds himself attracted to one of the hostages, Monica. Moscow warns him to stay away, but emotions are stronger than rules. The professor told them clearly that emotional involvement could destroy everything, but humans are not machines. This conflict becomes one of the strongest themes of the episode. Everyone is fighting their own mind, their own fear, their own desires. Outside, negotiations begin. Raquel tries to communicate, but the robbers say nothing. They keep radio silence. The professor waits for the perfect moment. When he finally speaks, his voice is calm, polite, and mysterious. Raquel cannot believe that someone with so much control could be a criminal. She immediately senses that this is not a typical case. As the audience, we feel that these two minds are going to play a long chess game against each other. Inside the Mint, the team begins to settle. The hostages are quiet for now, machines are running, and the professor is confident. But Tokyo tells us that in every perfect plan, there is always one crack, one emotion, one decision that can destroy everything. As episode 1 ends, there is a feeling of suspense. The audience knows that something very big has started, something that will change all of their lives. The police do not yet understand the magnitude of the operation. The government does not know that billions are being printed in front of their eyes. The world outside is normal, but inside the Mint, a revolution has begun. The professor looks at his monitors. He is not holding a gun, he is not inside the building, yet he is controlling everything. Tokyo sits with her mask in her hands, thinking about her past, her future, and the dangerous game she has entered. Berlin stands like a king among the hostages, elegant and terrifying. Nairobi runs the machines with passion. Denver laughs, Rio smiles, Moscow worries, Helsinki and Oslo watch silently. Everyone is in their place, but nobody knows how the story will end. The episode closes with Tokyo's voice describing one simple truth: this was only the beginning. The biggest heist in history has started, and the world has no idea what is coming next. With suspense, danger, and mystery, episode 1 leaves the audience desperate to watch more.